So we're creating a sequence here to do anytime, maybe whenever you wake up in the morning or whatever. Trying to find some space in your shoulders and in your chest and all the way through. We're going to avoid putting a lot of pressure on there, so hopefully this is something that helps you feel good. So sitting crisscross applesauce in an easy seated position, both of your sits bones level on the ground. Maybe one leg is up, one leg is down, or if it's more comfortable for you, you can be on your heels, like tucked under in that way. From your sits bones rooting down into the ground, imagine your spine is elongating as we stretch up. Imagine that there's like a string being pulled from your head and you're nice and tall. From here, go ahead and let your shoulders drop away from your ears and let your arms find a comfortable position, whether that be out beside you on the ground, maybe facing down or facing up on your knees. Just take a moment here to really connect with this space. Thanking yourself and your presence for being here and for willing to work through any feelings that may be coming up. And as we sit here, connecting more with our breath, not changing it, not fixing it, just noticing, am I breathing shallow? Am I breathing deep within? And knowing whichever breath you're finding now is perfectly fine and exactly what you need. From this place, go ahead and take your head and drop it over to one side of your body. As you breathe out, slowly roll your head forward to the opposite side. Do this a few times with your breath, breathing out as you roll forward and breathing in as you bring it to the other side. Maybe stopping at the end to feel that pull, that stretch, before you breathe out and roll forward again. Doing this to your own rhythm here in your own breath. Just waking up our neck. Feeling its connection through our spine and our shoulders. If it feels good as you breathe out and roll forward, maybe as you inhale, roll your head back. If that doesn't feel good, continue doing what you're doing. If it does feel good, breathe in as you roll back and out as you roll forward. Next, reversing the order that you came, so going the opposite direction. Still breathing out as you are breathing in as you roll back, and breathing out as you roll forward. When you're ready, bringing your head back to your center position. And from here, we're going to go to the side, side twice. Side, side, tilt your head diagonal, diagonal, up, and down, down. We're going to do that 2 more times. So you're going to go side, 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 diagonal, diagonal, up, up, down, down. And one more, side, 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 diagonal, diagonal, up, up and down, down. Then bring your head up through center, sitting up nice and tall. Excellent job. From here, breathe in and bring your arms up over the top of your head. Breathing in, look up. Take a couple breaths here. Stretching through your fingers and the crown of your head. When you're ready, dropping one hand down the side of your body, and as you breathe in, stretching over and across your side. You want to be careful here that our sits bones stay firmly planted in the ground and that we're not leaning up, but instead staying nice and firmly grounded. As you breathe in, bringing your hands up through center again, dropping down to the other side body, stretch over. Looking up at the crook of your elbow, if that's comfortable for you. And doing it again, coming up through center, dropping down the side. Breathing in to expand our side body. And releasing. Arms come up over your head, dropping down the opposite side, stretching over for our last side body stretch. And then coming back up through center, hands above your head still. Take your left hand, drop it behind your body. Right arm goes to right knee. Breathe in here. And as you breathe out, twist your body and look over your left shoulder. Take another breath here. And as you breathe out, see if you can deepen your twist, stretching your body just a little bit more. Always honoring whatever's comfortable for you and knowing when your stopping point is. Breathe in, hands come up over the top of your head, dropping your right hand behind your body. Left hand goes to right knee. Breathe in here. Breathe out to twist. Just like on the other side, we're going to take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, see if you can twist your body just a little deeper. Excellent. Arms come back up over the top of your head, clasping them together, bringing them through the middle of your body and down to your knees. We're going to do a seated cat-cow. This takes some of the pressure off of your shoulders and your wrists. So your hands go to your knees, and you're going to take your belly button and imagine it being pulled forward while your shoulders and your back are leaning back. So as you breathe in, bring your belly button forward, shoulders go back, leading with your chest, and looking up. Breathe out around your spine, tuck your chin to chest for cat. Finding your own flow here, we're going to breathe in for cow, looking up to the sky, shoulders being pulled back. Breathe out to lengthen your spine, curve in, rounding our spine. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to do this a few times, so just on your own breath, finding what's comfortable. Maybe adding in some organic movement. So on your next cat, maybe you want to move your shoulders around or find something that is comfortable for you. And then coming back to your seated position. From here, we're going to take some circles. So rolling forward and around, opening up our hips, connecting our bodies here. Going around in circles, waking up that spine, putting in some more stretch. Excellent. And then we're going to go the opposite direction. Opposite direction. This time our sits bone should still be firmly planted. We're just moving our upper body, and our bottom half of our body is staying pretty stationary. Excellent. Coming back into your center. Next, we're going to wake up our wrists. So maybe clapping one hand on top of the other. You can practice doing small circle 8s in front of you. Waking up your wrists. And then when you're ready, going in the opposite direction. Opposite direction. Excellent. Bringing your hands out. I like to shake my hands out so you can take them from side to side this way, going up and down your body, and then back and forth. Back and forth, up and down and all around. Excellent. From here, take your arms out beside you. You're going to take your right arm under, your left arm over to make an X. Your right arm, bring your hand towards your face, and then your left arm is going to clasp around. So this is the eagle hands that we do. And it gives you a nice stretch in your shoulder. If this feels comfortable for you, stay here. If you would like to deepen the stretch, as you inhale, bring your elbows up to your shoulders, parallel to your shoulders. Breathe in here and release. Breathe in here and release. Trusting yourself to know when to stop the stretch, when it no longer is in that beneficial realm and maybe is a little bit uncomfortable. Unhooking your arms from each other, stretching them out. We're going to do the opposite side. So this time your left hand goes under, your right hand goes above. Hooking your left arm under, bringing that left hand towards your face. Your right arm circles around to connect palm to palm. From here, breathe in. Lifting your elbows parallel to your shoulders if that feels good for you. And connecting here with this breath. When you're ready, unhooking those arms and bringing them back out. Maybe taking a moment to just find some fluid movement to stretch your arms and your hands out from those places. From here, you're going to plant your hands in front of you and roll your knees back to come into your tabletop. We're going to do a bit more wrist work here by taking your body forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Also, you can go side to side, side to side, and any motion here that is organic, that feels right for you. Maybe taking a moment to drop your hips to the right, looking over your left side body, feeling that deep side body stretch here. Coming back up through center and doing it on the opposite side, dropping to the left side and looking over your right shoulder. Excellent. Now imagine that your belly button has a marker in it and you're drawing circles. So you're going to go around in circles in your body, around in circles. Connecting with your breath, try to go the opposite direction. Opposite direction. And then finding yourself back in center. Tuck your toes and then lean back. And it's important, this is called toe torture, and it's important when we're doing this that you always take your little pinky toe and tuck it under, because it likes to get kind of squared away and it won't feel quite that stretch that we're looking for. You can take your arms up over your head into a prayer position. It's your Anjali Mudra, your heart space, or you're welcome to leave them down on your lap, whatever's comfortable for you. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. This should really be stretching out the backs of your feet. If this is too much for you, you can come off of your weight. You don't have to put your hips and your weight onto your feet, but if that feels nice, leave it there. Taking just a few moments, connecting with this feeling and noticing what may be coming up for you in the midst of pain. Where does your mind go? Does your breathing change? Do you tune out or tune in? Finishing your breath here, planting your hands back onto the ground in front of you. And we're just going to paddle out our feet. Tapping your feet out. And they give them that nice balance and that nice tap out after the work we just put into them. And then connecting your big toes together and sitting back into a child's pose. From your child's pose, you want to take your hands and stretch them out in front of you, pushing yourself against your mat. So your head is resting calm, but your arms are still engaged. You're still pushing, finding that sweet balance between effort and ease here. Listening to your body and feeling what comes up. When you're ready, pushing yourself back into your tabletop position, tucking your toes, lifting up with your hips, pushing back with your hands for a down dog. You want to make sure that your hips are pulling up towards the sky, your shoulders are pulling away from your ears, and we're really actively pushing with our hands into our yoga mat. You can take a moment here to kind of walk your dog, find some kind of comfortable position. We're not going to stay here long. You're going to look to the top of your mat and walk your feet forward. From here, hook your elbows together, put a slight bend in the knee, and we're going to ragdoll, twisting side from side. Twisting side to side. When you're ready, dropping those hands back down to the ground, bending your knees, and vertebrae by vertebrae, ticking your body up, 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 until you come with your arms over the top of your head, clasping them together through your middle body and coming into your mountain pose. So your hands are extended out by your side, your feet are firmly planted, and your body is really engaged here. So again, it's not just a standing position. We're really pushing through all of our body. Take one full round of breaths here. Raising your arms up over your head, clasping them together and through your body again, bending your knees, coming all the way down into forward fold. Planting your hands onto your shins or knees, stretching your back, your spine nice and straight. Breathe in here. And plant your hands down on the ground. Step back into plank. Breathe out. Go down to the ground. From here, let your feet rest on the floor. Breathing in, really engaging for cobra. You want your elbows pulling towards each other, your feet pushing into the ground, and soften. From here, come into your tabletop position, cross your feet underneath you, and sit back on your mat. This time you're going to walk your feet forward in a nice seated position. Your legs are nice and long. We're going to do a seated forward fold. So here's where you're going to take your back, and you want it to be nice and straight as you reach your body forward. If this feels good, stay here. If you would like to stretch a little bit deeper, bring your hands and connect them to your legs. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you can kind of fold your neck forward for that deeper stretch. We're going to stay here for just a couple of breaths. And then raise ourselves back up. Next, we're just going to come straight down onto the ground on your back. Shoulders are relaxed, knees are up, and you can windshield wiper or move your knees left to right to kind of massage out your lower back. Option to stay here, or if that you would like more of a stretch, bring your knees in and roll your body. When you found a good spot, go ahead and straighten your legs all the way back out. Arms come out to your side. We're in our Savasana, so we're going to take a few breaths here to just let everything that we've worked on soak into our bodies and be felt. This pose is a relaxed pose. Just finding our breath. Feeling into our bodies. You have the option of tuning me out next and staying in this meditative position for just a little bit longer. But you can begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, connecting back into this space. Maybe taking your arms up over the top of your head for a deep stretch in. Rolling over onto your side body and pushing yourself up into a seated position. Just taking a moment to take inventory over your body, how it feels now compared to a few moments ago whenever we started this. Maybe your body's craving a little bit more movement and action here on your mat, or maybe you feel ready for your next task or thing you're going to do. Whatever that is, I thank you for coming to the mat with me and experiencing this practice. Namaste.